Alright, welcome to Surplus Forex weekly forecast for the week June 15th to June 19th. Before starting with the USD index, let me summarize last week's performance as we usually do. It's been a fantastic week. Last week we gained about 578 pips in total. We had just one no trade, and we met a single target on our two pairs. We met on GBPUSD and we met on KBPUSD. Other than that, we took an extra target from target 1 to target 2 on crude oil as well. So all in all, fantastic week. We met both targets on USDCAD, USDJPY, KBPUSD and Aussie USD, as well as USD Swiss franc. We met both the targets, and certainly not to mention about gold, we gained quite a good lot of pips. So all in all, for gold we got 1865 pips, and other pairs we got 578 pips. Total 2443 pips last week. Fantastic week. See, I always I keep gold separately, so it'll be quite irrational to add gold pips to our general pair pips, for I believe it's a kind of exotic pair. For we gain and lose heavy pips on gold. So as we go, so details for each pair I'll mention along with the as I go with the forecast. Also to mention that the trading plan is in the description below, and along with that brief details about the book that covers the methods I follow. It's Forex must-haves. So wonderful week last week. We'll run through each of the pair in detail. So here we start with the USD index. As of now, we are sitting at 97.09, and it's below the EME 17 line, and but it's broken the downtrend line going upwards. I see that it should continue to go up from here, and my bias on USD index is bullish. If it breaks 97.60 and 97.50, it should be bullish all the way through. So it had a good fall up to here, about on a Fibonacci it's 0.86, so it should start covering back now, and it started covering back for last 3 days. You can see it started rising now, so it should continue its rise. Let's see on a 4-hour chart how I have done it. On a 4-hour chart, I believe that if it breaks this old resistance of 97.65, 97.73 will be good entry, keeping first target 98.15, second target 98.50, right below the old support. On the reverse side, if it starts falling, which I doubt, as economies are opening, it should be rising, then if it drops below the old support of 96.53, breaks, make sure it makes a positive test here, 96.44. you can make a good entry here, keeping your first target to 96.05 and second target 95.76. But still, my take on USD index for the upcoming week is positive towards the north. I'll be bullish on USD index, and that's how I have set all my pairs accordingly. The next one is EURUSD on a daily time frame. You can see that it's broken the uptrend line. It's falling down towards the next trend line. Currently sitting at 112.55, and it's been falling for last 3 days, last 2 days, and now it's above the EME 17. I'm expecting it to fall close to below 111.88, and then starts its fall from there. On a 4-hour chart, we see that it's on a downtrend. It's below the EME 17. That's what I look at it, and as of now it's close to 112.56. If it breaks 112.44. That'll be the good entry point right as is from here. Right, please make sure it makes a good test here, and I expect it to fall, rise back, and then fall back again from here, and keeping it below the downtrend line, and keeping first target at 111.96 and second target at 111.58. On the reverse side, and also you can keep the stop loss at 113.09. On the reverse side, if it crosses 113.28 and makes a test here, there's been lots of consolidation in the past, so make sure the test is positive as well here, and 113.44 will be the good entry point, keeping first target 13.99 and second target 14.68. So my take on USD is bullish, so I'm expecting Euro USD to fall this week, but as usual, open both ways and keeping target. So always remember I'm somewhere close to Fibonacci 618 when I put my entry points and targets. So this is for entry at 13.44 and exit at 13.99 is achievable only if you find a good test here at 13.44. On GBPUSD, once again we see that it's broken the downtrend line from here on a daily time frame, though it's sitting above the EMA 17 and falling through to the next trend line, currently sitting at 125.40. I expect it to fall further from here, and as I'm bullish on USD dollar. So on a 4-hour chart, we see that if it breaks this old support from here, 124.68, and then I expect it to rush through 124.54 and meet first target 123.61, second target at 122.86. On the reverse side, if it crosses the old support, comes resistance, 126.74 will be the good entry point only if it makes a positive test here. Please make sure if it makes a positive test here, go for the target 127.41 and second target at 128.06. Next one, USDCAD on a daily time frame. We see that all last week it fall, last 3 days, 2 days it's been rising, and it's crossed the trend line, downtrend line, going towards the uptrend line, sitting right below the EMA 17 at 135.87. As of now, I expect it to rise from here and cross close to 137.87. Let's see on a 4-hour chart. On a 4-hour chart, you see it's sitting at 135.87 as of now. If it breaks that's old resistance, then good entry point will be 136.76. Take first target at 137.23 and second target at 137.75, right below the old resistance. That's a pretty strong resistance here, old resistance of 137.87. Keep your target right below that. On the reverse side, if it falls below this EMA and if it crosses 134.89, old resistance, this support and this resistance here, so keep your entry at 134.77. Make sure it makes a positive test here, and then keep your first target 134.22, second target at 133.60. So I expect still it to rise, though it might fall a bit, up to 135.50, and then it will start rising from there. On USD Japanese yen, as of now, it's rising from here. It's broken the downtrend line on a daily time frame, sitting at 107.39. It's below the EMA 17, but I expect it to rise from here, and I expect it to rise from 107.88 forwards. And let's see on a 4-hour chart. So if it crosses this 107.90 our old resistance, then you can keep the entry at 107.93. I'm sure that it will shoot from here and go through 108.21 and easily touch 108.58. On the reverse side, if it starts falling, then it will be a good grind here. Make sure it makes a good test at 107.06, close to the entry point 106.97 will be the good entry point. Keeping first target 106.71 and second target at 106.43. I expect that it should break this downtrend line, then it will be a good entry point at 107.93. You can keep your stop loss close to 107.39, right below 107.50, old resistance here. On a GBPUSD daily time frame, we see that it started its fall in last 2 days and currently sitting at 64.45. So I expect it to keep falling further, though it's sitting above the EMA 70 line. We need to be cautious here, so it might hover close to this 65.50 and 64, but I'm sure that it'll break the 63.59 as well in the forthcoming week. So on a 4-hour chart, as of now, it breaks 63.95, this old support, then you can make an entry at 63.89. You can see that this is the downtrend line. As of now, it's above this downtrend line and it's below the EMA 17. Technically, it might rise, might touch up to 64.80 and then fall back from there. That's what my expectation is, as I am positive on a USD dollar. So I expect it to cross 63.90 and you can make an entry at 63.89, keeping first target at 63.65, second target 63.42. But if it crosses on the old support of 64.75, then make your entry at 64.78. Make sure it makes a good test here and then take first target 65.11, second target at 65.47. Next one is exact replica of GBPUSD. So Aussie USD, you can see that it's as of now below the downtrend line. It's falling, though it's sitting above the EMA 17. Again, I am positive on US dollar, bullish on US dollar for the forthcoming week, so I expect it to fall close to 67.14. Let's see on a 4-hour chart. On a 4-hour chart, if it crosses this 67.75, as I mentioned, on Aussie USD, make sure it makes a good test here at 65.60, because RBA is giving another stimulus. So 65.60 makes another test here, then it certainly we can reach the target of 67.22 and second target at 66.71, keeping the stop loss at 68.48. On the reverse side, as I see that if it starts rising, it might touch this point and then it'll start falling. It might touch 69 and then start falling. But if it crosses this old support and resistance line of 69.15, then make your entry at 69.21. Make sure it makes a positive test, goes up towards 69.50, falls back, and then starts rising again, as it did here, So that's called the positive test, when I mean to be positive test. So make sure it makes a positive test here. Take an entry at 69.21, exit at first target at 69.67, second target at 70.21. As I am positive on US dollar, I believe that it'll fall from here, giving a 67.60.59 entry. So you can take a good entry here. Next one, USD Swiss franc on a daily time frame. As of now, it's crossed the downtrend line going towards the uptrend line, sitting at 95.24, right below EMA 17. I expect it to rise from here, cross the EMA 17 line, then make your entry, then make sure that, please make sure that it's up above this trend line as well. So on a 4-hour chart, it's certainly above the EMA. It's crossed the downtrend line, was broken last week and close to midweek. As of now, sitting at 95.24. If it crosses this downtrend line, breaks this 97, 95, 75 support, then make an entry close to here 95.79, keeping first target 95.99, second target 96.23. On the reverse side, if it keeps falling, breaks the old support 94.83, and makes a positive test here, then 94.76 is the good entry point, keeping first target 94.50 and second target 94.04. All in all, I have more expectation towards it going positive. USD Swiss franc from here, it might fall close to 95 and then start rising from there. Might hover between 95 and 95.50, but I'm sure it'll once it breaks this trend line, it'll be good entry point at 95.79. Next one is West Texas sweet oil, crude oil. This one's been rising for a while on a daily time frame. It did take a fall in last 3 days. As of now, currently sitting at 33.97 on Wanda brokerage. That's giving me this price point. So it's up from Thursday, Friday. It touched down to 32 and now sitting at 33.97. So this should be, I still expect that it hasn't, as of now, it's at the previous value, previous price of when it started its original fall in March. So as of now, it's sitting at 33.97. I expect it to rise from here still and crossing 34.85 mark. So on a 4-hour chart, this is currently sitting at 33.97, right below EMA 17. I expect that it might fall here close to the old support resistance of 33 and then rise from there onwards. We can make an entry at 33.36, keeping first target at 34.67, second target at 36.07. On the reverse side, if it starts falling, then 31.40, below 31.60, that's an old support here. If it falls below that, then we can make an entry at 31.43, first target 30.25, second target 29.10. I still believe that it's got still some fuel in it, and it will rise from here, though it'll hover, because it's an old price point before the original fall in March, so on March 11th. So this one is will be a good entry point. If it breaks this 33.24 right away as it's rising now, then I believe that it will be a good entry point. If it makes a positive test here at 34.67, then it will be a good entry point from here as a first target, as an entry point going towards the second target, as I did last week. As of now, so these ones, if it falls 31.43, it'll be the good entry point here. As of now, I expect it to rise. So let me cover up, forgot to talk about previous performance on WTI crude oil. We gained 137 pips last week, and over the top I gained 48 pips. I entered on 10th morning, and from first target to second target as it's direct away short, gaining 137 pips. And on Friday morning I made an entry and took 48 pips over the top, closing Friday evening. So overall I made 185 pips on this. Let's check on the next one. On the next one is gold. For gold on a daily time frame, as you see, it's as of now it's sitting at 1730.90, and it's above the uptrend line, and it's above the EMA 17. Traditionally what happens is that if I see economy is rising, then USD should be rising, oil should be rising, and gold should be falling traditionally. And it's hit for quite some time, starting May 10th, May 15th. It's sitting at this, it's hitting the ceiling at 1743 again and again. I believe that it's done from here for a while, but it still has the capacity to go up to 1750 and 1764. That's why I am bullish on gold, though USD will be rising. So it'll go 1750 at least before falling down, and then we can take downwards targets as well at the same time. On a gold last week we gathered about 1865 pips on the fall. We gathered it was quite a good run. As of now it's sitting at 1730 on a 4-hour chart. We see that if it crosses this resistance, breaks, it's very hard for it to break this resistance. It's been continuous resistance all the way through for almost 4 weeks now. The 1744 is the good entry point if it breaks this resistance. Make sure it makes a good test here. First target 1751, second target 1762. On the reverse side, if it crosses the old support and resistance 1720, then 1718 will be the first our entry point, keeping first target 1710 and second target at 1697. So as of now, currently it's sitting at 1730. I expect it to rise from here. Recapping last week's performance from here. We made about 112 pips on USDCAD, and over the top I followed the trend, made 47 pips, 159 pips. USDJPY made 46 pips as we followed our established targets. Over the top I followed and made 94 pips on total, 140 pips on USDJPY. On Kiwi USD met first target at 27, and later 27 pips I made more on top. Aussie USD, we met both targets again, like USDJPY and USDCAD, 115 pips, 48 pips in total, plus 48 pips on top, making 163 pips on Aussie USD. USD Swiss franc, we met both targets, keeping it very short, 38 pips, plus I made 59 pips on top, 97 pips in total. And obviously crude oil, West Texas crude oil, sweet oil, we made 137 pips. Overall total we met on the 5 pairs both the targets. On 3 pairs two pairs we met one target, single target. And we had no trade on Euro USD on Friday afternoon. I tried getting in the Euro USD and made a loss of 12 pips, but all in all we made total 578 pips on the pairs, plus gold 1863 pips, total 1243 pips based on the established target we talked about. That's all from my end. I wish you guys good luck for the forthcoming week. Have a safe trading and stay safe.